Hey there, everybody. I'm back. Did you miss me? It's your main man, Big Chief. Back with another video of Not for Broadcast. It's been a few days. I've been sick. Very sick. I'm still sick, but I have that sexy sick voice. So hopefully that'll add a little spice to the video. Being all deep and sexy. Anyway, last episode, we got electrocuted and then had to fight some weird bears. But we were back, and we have awoken in a hospital. So let's get right back into it, shall we? Day 154, a rude awakening. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side, a reassuringly familiar sight in these new surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. Feel hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, there with you as always. Their expression, understandably concerned, somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay. Wait. We knew you'd be okay. Never doubted it for a second. If I ever see that boss man, you squeeze their hand back and attempt a wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead faded a bit. Lord knows you've both got enough to be anxious about without your health being thrown into a mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up, his concern clear on his face. So, so you're definitely good, right? He finally asked, quickly looking away. Of course I am, buddy. There's nothing to worry about. Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spread around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mum? Your mother starts. What the fuck was that? Your mother starts. You call clearly shocked her of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, a doctor bursts in and rushes everyone out. She asks you for what feels like 100 times, how are you feeling? Surprisingly well, all things considered. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of shock in the old system. Pardon the pun, she smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple of days of rest at home, you should feel right as rain. She turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room and care, the doctor gestures to your room, which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by Mr. Bossman. He left those flowers and said not to worry and take the rest of the week off. He'll see you on Monday, apparently. Seems, seems like the least he could do. Day 180, a burden to bear. We are now sunning a kidney. You come home from a perfectly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Everyone usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam at the table. Bills and papers are sprawled in front of them, as well as what looks like to be their second packet of biscuits. They give you a quick kiss and you take a seat next to him. Sam frowns and groans, goes back to the bills they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. They look at the door to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We're doing our best, and I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly the bills are all you see. $2,200, 23. I've been staring at the numbers all night, tears in their eyes. Sam takes your hand. There's just no way that I can afford it. I'm so sorry. The kitchen table swims before you. Sam stands up and pulls you into a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother. And how you can't afford to help her. What will your dad be thinking now? Is this the utopia advance promised? You stare at the door to your mother's makeshift room. Tomorrow you need to tell the kids and then book an appointment at the transition center. What else could you have done? Day 201, a letter home. Sam's out with work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. You feel like a laugh. Sam's not here, but you can still watch a horror without them. You just want to switch off. Historical drama. Let's do it. Genghis Khan wasn't ever really something you were interested in, but the drama's not half bad. You ever want to learn a few things, like the fact that his real name was Temujin? Who knew? When it's over, you flick through the channels for something else to watch, but a glint under the coffee table distracts you. Reach down and retrieve a mysterious device, remembering Sam's note as you do. Hey, sweetheart. Charlie's lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find a gift actually engraved letter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still cowls every time she sees it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Ikristan had a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid, Susie. Hopefully it's just a souvenir, not a new passman he's locked up or about to pick up. It's nice that she thought of him. I'm sorry. Day 232. Oh, we're back in the news station. This movie is creepily like Fallout. Oh. The silence.
Jenny, problem? I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical...
Crazy Neil.
Get out.
You realise you're beginning
Oh.
to sound like me?
I mean it, Kath.
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be all right.
Well,
Oh, good.
that's broken.
You can turn
Phone's
all the
broken.
Tom's casserole dish at our dinner next week.
That's fried a little bit. That's seen better days.
Jenny?
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
At 11:30, it's a double bill for popular
Ooh, drama.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
I thought we were
everybody.
all part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy.
7, 6, 5,
Time to do it and do your job.
You'll have more fun.
3.
1.
all the team at the National.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What do you think about all these sanctions?
I doubt it make a lot of difference, Pet. I doubt it make a lot of difference, Pet. I've lived through 2 world wars and I smoke 40 a day. And if that ain't killed me, I doubt this will either.
Tell her how it is, Grandma.
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff. Thanks, Patrick.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions. And we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have
not very
radical
good at this.
change for the betterment of the many.
Been a few days.
And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
Thank God.
Thank you.
I had to focus up.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there, I was wondering if you could spend a moment to give us your thoughts on the government.
Honestly, I think they're doing a great
I just clicked a random one because
Some world checks have made the difference.
it's the government.
The little one.
What am I supposed to
People
do?
seem, happier in the main. I always said things would get better with a woman in charge.
A Flard Day's night. Following the release of the
I loved it.
Flard 5000,
On a roll.
production of Flards are at an all-time high, requiring the new manufacturing facility in Grizzleford to move to 24-hour-a-day production.
With people finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard,
Ooh,
the team
a little
members
angry.
insist
Switch it up a
certainly
little bit.
have their hands full keeping up with demand.
So, is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We asked Patrick to find out. Patrick?
What's your opinion of Flards?
I'd get them banned, mate. Flards killed
Make
3
sure
members of my
I gotta
family in more than one
have the
pet.
sensor ready because he seems like he'd
Stuck with words.
pop out a swear word.
They were stuck with words.
The
Never
delicate
mind.
sound of thunder. A frightening start for commuters this morning, who were confronted by a somewhat sinister sight as they left their trains.
Many travellers reported feeling intimidated by the silent figures who stood motionless outside every major station in the capital. Radical extremist group Disrupt, who organised the show of strength, refused to comment on
Now he looks very happy, right? God, I'm sorry. He looks very happy. Look at that face. Very.
But how do we feel about these somewhat radical extremists
Same thing.
and their
I can see it.
upsetting methods?
He needs to
Robin
brush his
found out.
teeth though. Look at that.
Can I ask your opinions on Disrupt?
Are those the guys in black with the orange fist thing?
That's right.
Can I be honest?
Of course. This is journalism. Of course.
They scare me a bit.
Feast or famine. Resourceful doctors David
Dun, dun,
Wall,
dun.
Louise Forsberg,
And they loved it. Oh.
announced their first successful
Or
harvest in
we got him
2010.
eating at the palms of our
Although
hand.
the colony only grow a few fungal strains, the scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive in the cave system while the complex rescue operation inches forward up here on dry land.
Meh.
Let's hope they like stroganoff.
But with advance planning
That
to spend
mushroom.
an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to
Looks
find
like a
out
mushroom.
what we should all be thinking about
some-
accelerating
I don't
growth.
know.
Yeah, don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Christ. Oh, sweat.
Put down the cigarette, Grandma.
Christ, have you thought about quitting smoking? Have you thought about quitting smoking?
Right. No, I'm fine now. Right.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
The trapped scientists.
Oh, yeah, right.
The trapped scientists. Brilliant.
I am not a number. Applications finally open today for the new
I'm sorry.
Advanced Team Membership Cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, rightfully, pubs and bars.
Fuck, I don't know.
And of
We'll go
course,
back to
you're
Grandma.
in charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards.
I don't really join things as a rule. As Mother always said, membership is mostly for unmentionables, Malcolm.
And finally tonight, back of the net, popular sports personality Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamore were spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Oh my god, fantastic! Oh my god!
Wise words there.
Later tonight,
So
in
wise.
True, it'll be Jeremy in the culture.
Mwah, chef's
Speaking
kiss.
rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of
8,
thespians set to take the
7,
nation by storm
6,
again.
5,
That's all coming up on
3,
tonight's National Nightly News.
Hey, the little satanic Care Bears are gone. Well, also part of our weird fever dream. Oh, shut up. You're fine.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel and
I need a copy.
medicines from reaching your pockets.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lanfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard of labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Vance is like man who think he have big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at me and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here.
Minister?
It's just Björk,
Minister? Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fries.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole like boat thing there, but it's actually the Festival of Feuerland here at the moment, where we honor the older generations. So like we all had to look our grandparents Galicia whilst the
I feel tired. I don't know why. Probably.
Really time-consuming
That's fine.
process.
But yeah, it's beside the point. We got the news to cover.
Sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah.
Oh,
Because
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how
What's
well
happening?
we're doing,
How do we get on the topic of micro-weens?
gosh, that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. You can join others on my wall.
actually, in Svenland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend Helga, she got arrested
Helga.
for stealing a butterfly that was hovering over her fuel tank. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. She was a rat cracker too. I wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching Jan, give us a call. If you're watching Jan, yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vent. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't really go in for all that restricted monogamy stuff here. We're kind of fluid, actually.
Well, it seems
actually,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Björk?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Svenland, we replaced currency with bodily fluids back in the 1970s.
Huh?
And that's like a really hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Vodovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant Newton hairy bear. But really, he just standing in field
holding his tiny penis. Yes, thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react.
He's like Mr. Rogers.
And we're ready.
Sitting there
The old man used
with
to say,
a cup of coffee.
you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back.
After these messages.
We'll be back.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You
Yeah,
fancy
okay
a
then,
quick
we're
night?
doing.
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Thank you for the correction.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going
Ooh, the drama. And they're gone. Okay. Segment grade A. We did good. The phone's smoking, people. Help.
Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Blue waveform. What the fuck was that?
Are you still meant to bow to foreign royals?
Oh god, here we go. Another dance segment.
Honey, have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Meghan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Oh damn.
Yo, thanks for having me on the show, man.
It's quite alright.
What is happening?
You're not gonna ask me about the chimney.
Live in 10 seconds.
It's like me with Monopoly. Get pissed.
Going in 5, 4,
3, 2.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over
8
the
minutes.
spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Aye, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on the show, the news. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
Fascinating, fascinating.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know,
Perhaps.
I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it. But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
My belt
And she
misclicked.
died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18.
You're an adult. Oh,
What a tale.
never mind.
What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see
He's
me as
getting
de facto leader.
quite annoyed. But I would be too, because starts off, pauses for 5 seconds, get ready to talk, and busts in.
Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government, fuck Advance, fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the blue bars. He didn't really say. I'm supposed to watch out for it, but I'm just gonna let him go through.
That's a cause close to your heart.
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that. and I deserve to be.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me. Who's to say I don't? And no
Not
one
even
can
to
take that
help,
away
say,
from me.
vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice. Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like,
maybe it's hereditary.
well, it's more of like, stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words. I let the music speak for itself. I let the music speak and the people agree with me. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is...
If you can hear my phone buzzing, I apologize. It is very loud for some reason.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay.
I guess I'm the state-of-the-art censor system.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same.
They're loving it. I'm doing good.
Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks who feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same.
This is a weird song.
The praise of the press of the ways, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let him feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bet betters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And
Good lord.
Aren't as harmless as it seems, cause they're stale and corrupt. Let your anger erupt, let your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your notes.
Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this. Absolutely ridiculous.
Here at the National Lightning News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. We will never censor. Back to you, Megan.
I didn't censor it, I promise. Just the curse words, but not the blue words.
Thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after go away.
That's the ad.
Just a reminder, fixing that old VCR. Spending no tape. How's that break?
It's just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave
me.
it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
I didn't censor anything, I promise.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
D, what the fuck? I did good. I didn't censor any of the lyrics besides swears. Bullshit.
Every week at one of our many new distribution centres. Everyone will get their fair share, and no one will be left behind. So you
here we go.
Oh, shut up, stop it.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
Megan, Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Vividly.
And Mr. Harris, and this is Ms. Radin.
What?
Philippa, please.
We're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
7, 6, 5,
5,
4. Shut up.
4, 3.
5 minutes 40.
Not mistaken. Sitting across
Good
from
Lord.
us are some very familiar faces. You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Radin, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs are kimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a very good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right,
What
yeah.
did you say?
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to
I
the
love it. We need 4 more and we're maxed out.
I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around 2 things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells! Demon, back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show? What is it that you
Question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred path! And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
2 more and 57 seconds. It can be. Oh, what the hell?
You do this every night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt, you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey,
Oh, we're done.
must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh.
And we're done. Segment grade A. Hell yeah. They don't like the segment D, though. Second segment. I got my full wages. I am still selling a kit. Oh, nope. I'm in crippling debt. I've gone up a little bit. And the news loves me. But. We are leaving this episode here. Thank you all for watching my episode back from my illness. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I really would appreciate it if you subscribed and shared with your friends. Help me keep climbing the ranks slowly. But with that being said, thank you all again. I love you all. I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.